Sunny days, cloud away, on our way to where the air is clean. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
My favorite character is Snuffleupagus and Big Bird.
We'll split up.
Right, how did you know?
Saw the same movie.
I like Elmo as well.
Well, Elmo thinks Sesame Street is a good street. It's been very good to Elmo.
Cookie Monster? Oscar?
I like Oscar a lot. He's a real grouch.
All those cheery little faces smiling all the time. They make me more grouchy.
Cookie Monster? Is it Bert and Ernie?
Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun.
It's like learning and having fun at the same time.
Just all the alphabet, numbers, everything.
C is for cookie. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, it's very funny. I like it. The kids like it too.
It was entertaining. It kept the children quiet. They liked it, and so I liked it because it kept them out of my hair.
It's become a part of our culture.
Moving. We're in the wrong set.
In New York City, they're busy recording a special anniversary show. Sesame Street is 25 years old. Opening Shot went behind the scenes to see the show being recorded and met up with all the people who live at one of television's favorite addresses. We'll be hearing about how the show started, how it's made, and how it's changed. But just at the moment, the citizens are worried about the activities of a certain property developer.
Well, there's this man named Ronald Grump, and he's trying to tear down Sesame Street. All the old stuff would be gone. I like old stuff.
I'm going to stay and fight, yes. He'll be gone before I can count to 10. No, 20. No, 30, 40. Make that 50. No.
Yeah, I only want like an eighth foot. I'm just backing up a little bit, and it'll be moving just like this and in about right here. So what we're doing is Big Bird and everybody else, Telly's going to be over here, and they're going to say, hey, we got to do something about this guy. I don't want to move. And you guys really don't want to move. So you're more or less listening to what's being said.
Let's go, guys. Yes, let's go. Here we go. Let's rotate, guys. Feather shoes. Right spot.
Now, does anybody have any suggestions?
Yeah! Listen, this front tower he's gonna build, is he gonna need a doorman?
A skip!
How about you?
Ruthie, I knew something like this would happen. Life has been too nice here. Think of all that's happened. All the good things.
Yellow, my eyes are brown and green and blue.
She has 9 little eyes, all the same size, looking up, down, round, and straight ahead.
Rotten to know you. Rotten to know you.
You gotta put down the ducky.
Put down the ducky.
Put down the ducky. You gotta put down the ducky if you wanna play the saxophone.
It's cool, it's hip, it's fresh, it's fun.
1,
Yeah, one, yeah.
Q-R-S-T-U-V.
Well, Sesame Street was very innovative. It didn't do anything that any other children's show had done at that time. It had an interracial cast, it had lots of segments, it had a mixed format of live-action film, animation, puppets, live cast members, an urban street. It was a very different kind of show than anything that had been done before.
Now, this is a letter W, by the way. It is a easy letter to make. It's made with all straight lines. And you need a W to make such words as wash and woman and weeping willow and
A, B.
I'll never forget the first time that I saw Sesame Street. There was James Earl Jones. He had a bald head, and he was going, A, B, C, and the letters were being flashed over his head, and I'm looking at this, and it was so compelling, and I said, what is this? Is this for deaf people, or what is this show for?
J.
It was the most compelling thing I had ever seen. And then the cast came on, and they were African American, and at that time, there were no black people on television.
It's important for us to have little children see themselves on our show, all minorities, all ethnic groups, all kinds of people. It's important so that they get a positive sense of who they are, and who other children get a positive sense of them. And it's also important for them to eradicate the fear sometimes of someone who is different.
A lot alike, that's the place to begin. And we're all wrapped up in different colored skin. Faces! Faces!
We specifically program for children and adults as well.
I almost see somebody. Put the final touches on a new playground. Then they take down the wall. Then
The count is there?
Greetings, everyone.
Our research department finds that when adults watch with the children learn more. They ask questions, they get excited about things. So we do a lot of shows where we have multi-levels.
And now, here is your life host, Guy Smiley.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Tonight's guest has had a wonderful life and is someone you all know and love, a loaf of bread.
Oh, I sit in the back and laugh the whole time, yeah, because I really like it. I've always liked, even when I was a kid, I remember Jim Henson's Muppets on a Johnny Carson show when I was a little boy. So, yeah, I'm still in love with them all.
This bird is my pet.
Hey, look, I'm tired of this cage. Why don't you be the pet for a while?
Muppets were an integral part of the show from the very beginning. You know, they were silly, they were funny, they were, you know, they could do things that people couldn't do, and they were just brilliant.
I think it's true to say that Jim was always fantastic at working out ways of using new technologies. And the first thing he did was to use a normal television monitor at his feet, so whilst he was puppeteering over his head, he could actually see what the viewer was seeing in his monitor. It really allowed the puppeteers to be very, very subtle with the position of the head and to be very aware of the eye focus at all times, which I think is one of the things that brings those puppets to life.
Oh, hi. You know what this is here? It's telephone. Yeah. T-E-L-E-P-H-O-N-E.
I think that people are put their hands, people are hiding somewhere underneath and then they're making the puppets move and things. I don't think it matters.
They really were the first puppets that were developed specially just for television. The way that the eyes are, the way the mouth works, it really is specially just for the proscenium that's created by the television screen.
It's not that easy being green, having to spend each day the color of the leaves.
The mouth is incredibly pliable and flexible, so that the fingertips of the operator or the puppeteer are right up front, right into the mouth, and so that they can do all those sort of wiggly, floppy things that the Muppets are known for.
Ernie and Bert are my father and Frank Oz in interaction, and they were developed to represent two friends, and how two friends who are quite different can still get along.
And he always annoys Bert with his singing at night. And when Bert wants to go to sleep, he can't, and he's fallen off to sleep.
My dad and Frank Oz always had so much fun performing these two characters.
I like playing jokes.
Playing jokes.
Love my rubber duck.
Rubber
ducky. I like bubblegum. Bubblegum. Yes, I do.
Well, now, Ernie, I'm not crazy about any of those things, but I like you.
They wanted to develop characters that were special just for Sesame Street. They felt that for the preschool audience, they wanted characters that were right for them. And out of those early development meetings came Ernie and Bert, and Big Bird, and Oscar the Grouch, and Cookie Monster, and Grover. And a lot of these characters have something, what's special about them is that they have a very, very clear something.
Cookie Monster, he just, whenever he gets at cookies or pies, he just munches them and makes it fall out of his mouth.
Oh, no, 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 no. You go ahead. Friend, eat cookie. Huh? It's okay. Yeah. Me eat everything else. Cowabunga!
When you create new characters, it's not just one person. A writer might get an idea for a character, but then the people at Henson build the puppet, and it starts to take on new life once you see what it looks like.
I was born counting. When the doctor smacked my bottom, I said, one slap,
I conceived the count. I don't like to say I created it because it was a collaboration, but the first idea was that the Bela Lugosi Dracula voice was a funny voice. And, well, what curriculum could we teach with this guy? We don't teach sucking blood, so that can't, we couldn't do that. So he would say, I want to suck your blood. Well, I want to bite your neck. I want to count your neck. One neck. And that's sort of how it started.
1 feather, 2 feathers, 3 feathers, 4 feathers, 5 feathers. See?
I think we always say that a really good puppet needs a really good puppeteer, that our puppeteers they really know how to put their own personality or aspect of their personality to really bring that puppet to life, to really bring the spirit of the puppet through their hand and into the performance.
Who do I talk to? The camera? Where are you? No, Elmo can't see. He's a Muppet.
Shooting puppets and puppets with people is very difficult. You often want to get rid of the puppeteer's body, and you can't. So you can never, you have trouble doing big, full shots, and so it's complicated. It's also the people end up playing straight to puppets. The straight man for a puppet. They don't always like doing that.
As an actor, I had always worked with other actors, live people, and it took me just a short while to get used to the idea that there was someone lying at my feet, staring at me.
Louise?
Yeah?
Would you write me a letter? It's real important.
I'd be glad to. Here. Oh. All right? You talk, I'll type.
Okay. Dear Big Bird.
With Telly, I always feel sort of, like I should go out of my way to help Telly because he's always sort of clumsy and he doesn't know exactly where he's going or, sometimes, So you want to help him out,
And put this in capital letters.
Okay.
We're still friends.
They are definitely personalities within themselves. I've often, as I'm writing, think of what would Oscar be doing for dinner this evening? You fantasize about their life when you're not with them.
Okay, now are you ready, Elmo?
Ready.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
One day,
I
went to the beach and
I
got my toes wet and
I
giggled.
I started out as a teenage figure, but now I think I'm a mother figure, and I'm sort of the straight person, as a lot of the humans on the show are, and we're sort of the parents, and we take that attitude, and we like to sort of act like here we are on the street minding our own business, and then we're just surrounded by all of these little creatures that we have to help.
They're trying to be as real as possible. They're trying not to talk down to children. They're trying to present a compassionate image of adults to children.
Wow, that's beautiful, Big Bird.
Oh, thank you.
Really nice.
Oh, thank you.
Wonderful.
Well, I can't wait till he sees it.
We present adult life experiences, but they are from the point of view of a child.
Say, where is he?
We became very concerned about kids being able to see things that are familiar to them and learning how to deal with them. And so we've taken on some issues. The initial one was when one of our cast members died. And the reality of his death was something we felt we had to deal with. And that opened up the door for us.
Big Bird, Mr. Hooper's not coming back.
Why not?
Big Bird, when people die, they don't come back.
Ever?
No, never.
One premise that Sesame Street works on is that kids live in the same world that adults world. It's not that idea that there's a kiddie world and then where things happen in a certain way. Well, it's not true. We all live in the same world, and the kids see adults going through certain changes.
I'm in love with Louise.
I'm in love with her. I'm in love with Maria.
And that's why you were holding her hand when you crossed the street, because you love her?
I think those are important things, to show, especially kids, that whole process of how people come together and how they fall in love and how mommy and daddy, came to be.
That was a particular challenge because I was marrying a cast member that I had known for 15 years. So the challenge was, well, why would you fall in love now? And we certainly didn't want to look at each other, like in the old movies, the girl takes her glasses off and she lets down her hair and he says, wow, I didn't realize you were so hot. We wanted them to fall in love because they saw a nice quality in each other. Kids loved it.
Don't drop the rings, Bob.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Yay!
The sky was all gray, and water was dripping off the trees, and there was mud everywhere. But the best part, nobody was there. Nobody but worms, that is.
When we first started, American kids were home watching the show with a parent or a babysitter. Now most kids are in daycare, and I think we've taken that into our consciousness and producing a show that is appropriate for the majority of American children, which are in daycare.
Remember what we was watching over there on the TV? It was about what? What we was watching on the TV in Sesame Street. You remember what we was watching? No? How about you, Stephen? What? About what? It was about rain, right? Rain coming down. And we really need the rain, right? Why we need the rain, Stella? Why? You can tell me in Spanish. I know you don't know too much English, but you can tell me Spanish.
We have the children that live around the neighborhood. And the people that live here, of course, are Afro-American and mostly Spanish. Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. The kids around here are, I can say, they're underprivileged in certain things.
I know that there's a lot of Mexican-American kids and Hispanic kids that watch our show. And given the state of what television has been presenting up to now, I think we're one of the few shows that really presents Mexican-Americans and Hispanic and Spanish-speaking people in a very positive light.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Sabian.
How was your first day in college? Come on, sit down. Tell us all about it.
It was cool, but I can't stand to tell you about it now. I gotta go home and start studying and reading these books and go over all the notes I took.
Ah, yeah, okay.
We have 5 new locations on the new set, which is an expansion of the original street into opening up the neighborhood. We have a Muppet Hotel, which is owned and operated by Muppets. We have a playground area. We have a dance studio. We have Finders Keepers, which is sort of a thrift shop with everything having a story behind it.
I am the proprietor of this shop. It's called Finders Keepers, and all the Muppets and everybody on the show come to buy things from me, to visit me, and all the things that you see lead into little stories. They trigger the imagination of the Muppets and myself.
This is Old King Cole's bowl?
Yeah.
You mean from the nursery rhyme? It goes, Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he.
That's the one. But you know, I knew Old King Cole before he was a merry old soul. I knew him when he was a mean old soul.
Pipe!
Your pipe, sire.
Thanks, Blue Nose.
Well, the Muppets work very closely with the producers and the writers of Sesame Street. And this past season, the producers determined that it really was important to have some new female characters on the show.
There's Prairie Dawn, and Grangetta, and Rosita, and Maria, and Celine. There's lots and lots of girls.
We had decided that we wanted to create a little female monster for Fran Brill. And so we had meetings with puppet designers and with Fran and with the writers, and sort of started to think about what kind of a personality she might have.
I like bracelets and necklaces, see? Can you see?
Frankly, the character is evolving. I think probably in 3 years, if we talk about Zoe, she won't be exactly what she is today. She evolved over the past year as we were writing her. And she's delightful.
I wanna be, when I grow up, a nurse and a mommy and a ballet dancer and a vegetarian.
Let me hand the dog. Where's the dog?
Here we go, guys. Let's roll. Just a reminder, guys, don't overlap dialogue.
So I should do it slower this time?
No, telling.
I'll do the Chekhov version now.
5, 4. Oh. Okay, count it. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, it's ringing. Hello? Hello, tough guy helpline?
Are you talking to me?
Wow, he's good. Listen, this is Telly Monster, and I have to stand up to this big guy, you see.
Then give him one of these. Boom! And watch him. Oops, time's up. Hasta la vista, baby. And cut. Yeah.
We're in good shape.
Yep, play back, please.
We don't think the Muppets will ever run out of steam, and we hope that the audiences stay with us and interested. I think one of the special things about doing kids television is that the audiences themselves keep regenerating, and you get new kids all the time.
It's really has become an amazing phenomenon. It's, I think, at this point in over 65 countries around the world, and it's amazing. In all various forms of countries put their own imprint on it. They create their own Muppets. They have their own concept of the show, and many countries use the exact United States version of the show as well. So it has had a huge international following for many years. We just celebrated Big Bird got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
There's always a new audience coming up for them, so it's always fresh. They can kind of keep doing the same thing as long as they want, as far as I'm concerned.
You can always count on Sesame Street.
Did you count? Can you count? 1, 2, 3.
Stop the music! Stop the music!